I know I've been receiving phone calls to make a comment, to make reactions to what has been happening in our party. However, today I stand before you to address a pressing matter that demands our attention. The recent allegations of leadership transition within the Patriotic Front party are nothing but baseless fabrication. Baseless fabrications in the sense that some individuals have brazenly claimed that the party's leadership has been handed over to the former president, Mr. Edgar Lungu, in preparation for 2026 general elections. I think even the child that has been born now with the technology can laugh. First, how do you hand over the party to the person now, to the person, one, who is not eligible to stand as president, to stand on any election in this country? The Constitutional Court determined. And I don't know why people should even be wasting time to think that that is the situation. Secondly, the people that are handing over the party to, who are they? Who are they? Who is the Honorable Miles SAMPA? That's why, if you have seen, I've been very quiet for some months, because I realize that sometimes when you are doing cho-chise with the people, that doesn't matter. I was seeing, I was reading, I was called all sorts of names. Sometimes I was addressed to Azaka Kunkubiti. Sometimes I was addressed as in all sorts of names that I was called. Who is Miles SAMPA? Who is Rafael Nakachinda? Who is Given Luwinda? And their minions? SG.
Yes, Mr. President.
Do you have the names of those characters anywhere?
No, not anywhere.
I felt what? Can you go and claim the farm when you don't have a title deed? And you say, no, this is my farm. Bwana, I am in charge. I am in charge of the PF. The records are very straight, very clear, very, very clear. This is a printout, and you can go and get the printout. You never find the Miles SAMPA here. You never find the Nakachinda here. You never find, none of those people that were there will be found. Now the Zambian people has to judge. The people are claiming that they want to come back and take over power of this nation with impunity and the acts of criminality. Really, those are the people that can be saying, no, CHABINGA has been bought by President HH. CHABINGA has been paid 10 million kwacha to stabilize the PF. CHABINGA and his members of parliament have gotten money and huge sums of contracts from the UPND government. Go and check. I don't even own any local company or supply in anything in this country. Even the time when PF was in power, I never supplied nothing. And others I wanted to say, no, this CHABINGA is bitter because he's hungry. Which hungry? The ones who are bitter are the ones who are more hungry than I am. Because I want to appreciate President HH for putting the rule of law that if you do things in a shortcut way, the law will visit you. Are there two ways about it? Honorable Daka, you are an engineer. You win a contract, you build a house, they come and ask you to say, Honorable Daka, in 2020, you had a Corolla. 20 now you are driving 5 Range Rovers. Just to help us, how did you acquire them? They're just trying to ask. So, explain how you acquired it in 2 years. You journalists, some of you have been working for so many years. So many years. Some of you were even richer before some of the people that became rich between 2016 and 2021. And you ask them to say, how did you become rich? Then that this government is victimizing. How? Why are you the only ones being victimized? What of us? What of us? Because me personally, I was the person who never supported President HH throughout. I supported the same people, but I never benefited, not even a single thing. I never complained. I had nothing to complain about. But because when you do things in a certain way and the organized manner, you shall always be on the right track. Let me be crystal clear. I am the legitimate president of the Patriotic Front with an unshakable mandate from the members. The Central Committee that appointed me to act as president, I never appointed any of those. Those were appointed by Honorable SAMPA. I never lobbied for it. And unfortunately, the same Central Committee that he dissolved, that's what appointed me. Because him is too fast in looking for money. Today is there because he cannot live within his means. He wants every time to have a more luxurious life than ever before. You don't do like that. Be content in life. And you can see the drama and comedy. Honorable Sampa was expelled. You, the media, remember, was expelled by Honorable Given Luvinda for Miles to have the convention. He was expelled. And this is the lady. We talk with facts. He was expelled. This was on 24th October 2023. He was expelled by Given Luvinda. Later on, Given Luvinda was expelled by Miles SAMPA. I don't know where they met and the Central Committee sat and received the expulsion, and that Miles SAMPA was readmitted to the party. Given Luvinda was also readmitted to the party. In the party, when you are expelled, it has to take good 3 years for you to be readmitted. I don't know where they met. And they reconciled. And I went furthermore. If you recall very well, I expelled Nakachinda, I expelled President Lungu, I expelled Professor Kandulo, I expelled Given Luvinda. SG, maybe Mwalidiaka something, which have never told me that Mwalidiaka something from these masqueraders.
No, President, we are not like them.
We are not like them, we are very content. Then they meet. My position is not in question. Ask them, do they have the minutes of the central committee that appointed one of them? Nothing. Even at the Registrar of Societies, there is no human interface at all. There is a portal. And you need, when you don't just write to the Registrar of Societies to say, no, we are changing the office bearers. Takwa wate masuku iyo. Te masuku. There's a government portal which allows you, do you have this document? You attach it, upload it, it ticks. And then they have been busy going to camp. SG, have we ever camped at the Registrar of Societies?
No.
When we are checking. And it's a central committee that decided that the non-performing office bearers must be replaced.
You submit online.
And the submissions are done online. On the portal. To go and camp at the Registrar of Societies. And they are the people that wants to be in 2026 as leaders of this country. I can live in this country, to tell the truth, to have such kind of bunches of crooks, scammers, jokers, time wasters. Nipa no tuli, as the members say. The intentions are very clear. One is they are very decisive and exploit our supporters, well-wishers, and the business community, all under the guise of party mobilization. There is no party mobilization which they are doing. Even the function they had yesterday, because these guys are so broke, what they did, they wanted a way on how they can siphon money from President Edgar Lungu, wherever he is in South Africa. He sent them the money in order to show that they have seen that it can be endorsed. President Edgar Lungu, wherever you are, I know you are watching online. They are just eating your money, sir. Concentrate on your healing and concentrate on comforting the family that are appearing in different courts for different accusations that have been accused of. I think that is what's important. But if you're wasting time that they are here in Lusaka, they will hammer you. They are smart scammers. The actions are a stark reminder of their desperation to cling to power and relevance. But I assure you, they will not succeed. They will not succeed. Tulibaumeifwe. Bemba says, SGR Mfunda Chibemba, in Kalakatimba, Teti Munseshe, no amount of money can move me at all. Never. Then I'm not Chabinga. Never. The same way I made them to be in power in 2014, those are the same roots. Those who worked with, wherever you are, I know you are watching, remember how I worked. I was one of the greatest schemers. And you don't just come wake up in the morning and flash schemers. By the way, I want this to address to the nation that they have another plan B. They were mentioning a lot of plan Bs. And another plan B that they are trying to do. We have information and report that they want to abduct my Secretary General, and they want to abduct or kill me. Mwachepa sana. Mwachepa sana. Before you abduct me, you might end up being abducting your child. So you need to be very careful when you are making some statements. You need to sit down and also remember that I'm not just a person that You think, no, because he is Mafinga member of parliament. By the way, I know my people, my constituent in Mafinga, you are watching. There is nowhere CHABINGA is going. I'm in charge of that constituency till I say I'm done. No one will remove me. The projects that we have started, we have to finish. So don't be distracted. I love you so much because you have so much belief in me. I love you so much, Your Royal Highnesses. Chief Miyombe, Chief Mwene Wisi, and Chief Mwene Chifungwe. You are my greatest pillars. Thank you to my wife. You have been a blessing to my journey. I sleep with angels and you think you just come and wake up and no, we are abducting CHABINGA. How? That is a plan B. So we are aware and we know. The Patriotic Front Party remains united and a formidable force driven by our core values and principles. On this underscore, Vice President mobilization, with our members of parliament that are supporting us, with the council chairpersons and mayors and the councillors throughout the country. By the way, members of the press, you might wish to know that I'm not just a leader of opposition for nothing. When Miles SAMPA was in charge of us, SG, we were stagnant. How many members of parliament supported us?
I think 2 or 3. 2
or 3. The people are failing to tick because rather that no, we can join, but your president it's not me saying and on this underscore, Madam Speaker, as you open parliament, I think it is very important that at some point you bring the doctors through the Minister of Health to come and check each one of us as members of parliament, our mental illness, because we might be keeping a lot of mad people in parliament and they will make wrong laws to the people of Zambia and they will mislead the people of this country. So please, my humble appeal, Honorable Mchima and Madam Speaker, kindly can you collaborate? This is a request from the people of Mafinga that we don't need people who are mad in parliament. I think I'm not saying it. They are watching. We need to be checked. The Bedura Obrangata Kaya Kamkati as Kasaka and Munemushi were referring to. Mental health is real. And by the way, if you want to see that somebody they has got a little bit of a problem in the mental illness, check the step. Perhaps at some point they can even be moving right, left instead of left, right. You know, right, left. We need to check them. And that is what is happening. We will not be swayed by the antics of those who seek to undermine our progress. To our members, supporters, and the Zambian people, I urge you to remain vigilant and focused on the issues that truly matter. We will continue to work tirelessly towards our goals, guided by our party's constitution and principles, and more especially something to do with a proper policies, and that the party shall not be sold to the highest bidder. It will never be sold to the highest bidder. No president HH has bought the party. Leave HH alone into this. It's not HH who told us for 3 years, 2021, 2022, 2023, without having the president. By the way, President Lungu resigned. Resigned from the party. Can I have that later? Because as we talk with the facts. It's in the public domain. He resigned. Somebody who resigned is not eligible, but the Constitutional Court has determined. You still want him to say, Akawapa ballot. The fish book of you take away ballot. What are you going to use? It's part of the mental health. Ukupena watu ishi watampo ukupena. But church in Utibapena, Bantu, you know, when people like the Chabingas, they want to go this way, they close the tap. They go this side, they close the tap, and they start hiding to say he's working with the government. No, we just know how to put papers properly. I have got a team of lawyers. SG, thanks to you for putting up a very strong legal team. Who thinks we have got a vigorous legal team? Thanks to you. They have no time. You call them 24 hours. They wake. They have no time to say, "No, I've taken medicine for BP. Let me see my doctor in the morning." These are young, vibrant. Thanks, SG, for putting up a very strong team. In particular, to my brother, Miles SAMPA is morally bankrupt and politically impotent, because what he says, what the brain thinks, and what he talks do not coordinate. There's no coordination at all. You could have seen yesterday when he says, "No, I've endorsed it." They even failed to recognize him which position he was, and they ended up telling him, "Say, you are the leader of opposition." Nali Kalapo, I'm there in charge. You never move me. Never. I'm in charge. You think you just wake up, then wake up a corner, let's remove him as leader of opposition. Vice President, are you going to allow that? Are you sure you can allow such kind of a brother to be leader of opposition in parliament? It's circus. Then you will have more monsoon in parliament. You will have a serious opposition. I am also perturbed at the levels of defiance from those scammers endorsing and lying to the former heads of state that is eligible to stand in 2026 elections. I must say this will not help anyone to disregard the very institutions of governance we as PF are seeking to take over. He has been going around to say there was a court ruling. By the way, I need to explain. This country, I think more warfare in this country. People don't read. People don't read. When you go to court, especially you court reporters, get the documents. If you don't understand it, get the legal opinion and analyze it. The judge merely discharged the injunction that the Secretary General applied for to stop Miles SAMPA Chipena Alipena ulia. You see, Baluminda, you are very intelligent. You are justice minister. With a view that if you were smart, you would have come to talk to me nicely, because I'm ever upright, I'm ever organized. That's why I refused to reconcile with a person like Miles, because I realized there's something wrong with the head. Bantu kapaful, I need to tell them off. Bama was willing to Kasada SG. I was very quiet. In this judgment, there is nowhere where it says Miles SAMPA has been given back as president. Nowhere. And even I read it properly, she went on to state that all decisions that were made after were valid. What decisions were made after which were valid? He was expelled, and the matter is in court, in the Constitutional Court, where the SG sued the Honorable Madam Speaker and the Attorney General for not declaring the seat for material vacant, because it was expelled by the Central Committee. It was not expelled by me. The matter is in court. Number two, under which is still active to rate the parties, alternation of parties, where Miles SAMPA was acting at that particular time, making decisions as party president. Therefore, he was supposed to be replaced by me. The matter is active in court, and him goes to say no. No, the court has said, has declared. The journalist, yes, he has been given. He has been, where? He has not been given. There is nothing. The same way they are defining now. They want to act and see that the court or the judiciary is not fair. Because we have been reading, and as we have not been going, there are two different things. You argue the matters in court. We don't argue matters on social media. Or where Mr. Mafutopiri and Crown TV, I'm giving this because it's my close friend. Because he has written, therefore we need to support that. It's not work. It doesn't work out like that. That's why I've not been talking, because the matters are in court. We fight in court. Mike Tyson, they are fighting with Evander Holyfield. People going to fight outside the ring. They fight in the ring. And we have the ring. The ring is the judiciary. Under the judiciary, these guys, they went even further. And if they were serious and smart, what they were supposed to do, now I need to teach them. As the chief architect, these things you need to be learning from the architecturers who understand things. What they were supposed to do, very simple. Sit down, if they have a central committee, but in that central committee must be Secretary General, who is Mr. Mona, because it's appearing at registry of societies. Then from there, they do the minutes, then they apply to Zambia police, so that those people they want to put as office bearers replacing those, it must be clearly indicated, replace the Honorable CHABINGA with Mr. So-so. And that Mr. So-so, it must pass through Zambia police for fingerprints. And he must be perceived that he doesn't have any criminal record. Unfortunately, if you have a criminal case in court, you are 50% a prisoner. So it's very difficult for the system to clear. So you need to be clean. You need to be very clean. And thereafter, it goes on with everybody. Then you start applauding. Not if you're about camping a pakoti. They go to Attorney General Chambers na wekala umungulu. I'm telling you, if the Zambian people, you can see, if we are to allow such kind of people to come and have power, believe you me, you'll be seated in your house. Tomorrow they come and just tell you to say, oh, Bwana, you are not in Zambia. I'm an immigration officer. We need a passport for you to come outside your house. Therefore, give us something. Those are the kind of characters. They can do it. They can easily do it. Last week, when there was an annual general meeting for Law Association of Zambia, they knew that the lawyers went out in Livingstone. What did they do? They wrote a consent. The 9 expelled members of parliament sued Miles SAMPA. First they wrote a consent in the old matter that was before court, and also they wrote a consent. In that consent there was a line which stated that Mr. SAMPA has to hand over the power to Mr. Edgar Lungu. The judge dismissed that matter. They didn't even write it, and that's why even you, the media, did not know about it. Because you are quick to know, to react. I want to advise you, even also media, if you don't want to waste your talk time, to not waste your energies, don't react to what somebody has posted on social media. Because to mislead you, first verify the facts. If it is a matter of courts, it's very, very important. We will develop properly. We need you as journalists, but I think you need to help us in this line. So what did they do? When the matter was thrown out, over the weekend they were busy writing. They wrote another one, suing. The same case. They wrote another one, took to court. On Tuesday, they were filing it at 16, around 16 hours. 16:35, I knew that they had filed. I told SG, they found something. Now we don't operate like them. In the morning, if you saw, there was a very, if you checked on Miles SAMPA's page, it just said, time for everything has come to, it comes to an end. What? It was referring to Makatapula, to Ariba advanced. They put at 16:35, 9 o'clock. We found for joinder. Yaluka. So they don't know. Now I need to tell you, Mr. Miles SAMPA, that you found a joinder. Go in court and counter check with your lawyers. We found a joinder, and nothing will move.
That's the plan B they were talking about.
That was the plan B. Also, it's part of the plan B they were talking about, to say no. No one can refuse. They have to sign. We have joined. I have joined. The SG owner has joined. How do they sign? First and foremost, I've said it time and again. I love this language because I borrowed it from the late Honorable Daniel Mukombwe. You need to have Rugwaro. I'm the only one with Rugwaro. They're writing Kunse, Muchimutina Bekarabale Padofi. In any bay, I'm even sleeping, relaxing so nicely, having a cup of coffee nicely. Then they can't even sleep. If they were too smart, they would have come to me and say, how do we get Rugwaro from you? But in Patalia, convince. And unfortunately, I don't work with money. They have offered me. Remember, I offered me $15 million. You know it yourselves. You offered me $15 million. You sent me a lot of mercenaries. And even now, you have been going to my members of parliament. The other plan B they want to do, they want to make sure that the constitutional amendment does not go through in parliament to deprive the Zambian people. And let me emphasize on this. We know the plan B. They are even working with some of the diplomats accredited to Zambia. I want to advise you, ambassadors and high commissioners accredited to Zambia, your excellencies, stay away. Zambia is a sovereign country. Stay away. We don't come to your countries and check what you are doing. You have more things, bad things that you have been doing to people, foreigners, and you want to disturb us. This country, ourselves, we left it. GDP minus 2.8, minus 2.8, negative. Our colleagues, they have managed it with the drought, severe drought, load shedding. Our friends have made it to +4%. The numbers are there. You, the same people, you left this country in a mess. Education never made sense. And this I would like to warn you people who are their followers. I know you are following and you have been commenting ill about me to say no, this CHABINGA one day, and some of you have been calling of even the guts to call me to my inbox to say no, who attack you, who beat you up, whom can you attack? Because you sit, you journalists as you are here, some of your colleagues from 8 to 16 hours is just on social media. Jenny counter check, what time does he work? Those are the ones who are eating free things. Those are the chaps that were eating free money. And they, unfortunately, you need to work to eat in order for you to eat. We cannot go back to that kind of laissez-faire. Work, then you eat. So Your Excellencies and Ambassadors, we know you. We don't want that some days we'll be very sensitive on you. We know where you're having dark corner meetings. You are funding, and they are funding this same team to destabilize this country. And they are busy funding, trying to fund members of parliament. They are even offering them 2 million kwacha. So they are doing vice versa to say no, Chabinga has received this and his MPs are losing. But the same people are going to my members of parliament. By the way, you must know that I'm not just a simple leader of opposition. I'm controlling, out of the 56 members of parliament, I'm controlling 31. 31. Miles only controlled 2-3. I'm controlling 31. And that's why they're so desperate. They want to kill me. That's why they are so desperate. They are thinking they can just wake up in the morning. Your Excellencies, ambassadors, you must know that you might end up having families and children. One day, ICG might be president and we can follow your children. We don't want to be sensitive. Leave us alone as a country. And if we know you, also as government, President HH, also you are too nice. This is not change. You are too nice. Some of these ambassadors must be deported immediately. Then they will leave. We need to be lethal at some point. It cannot be business as usual. We are hiding in the name of noise. There's a Christian nation. People are doing indiscipline. Criminals are hiding in the name of in the change. And the people are, and then we say no. The people who are doing the right things, they are wrong ones. The people are crooks. Men of excellency. You saw just a few weeks ago, Miles was being insulted. From yesterday, a wise man, a man of integrity. Which integrity? Mr. President, I need to emphasize, we need the constitutional amendments. The people of Zambia need the constitutional amendments. Those non-governmental organizations who are saying, no, we are against it, how many are they? How many are they? I have 101,000 people in my finger. Asking me, Mr. President, call me sometimes, you come and check it, whether some of the organizations that are claiming it, they are against it, if they have representation in my finger. Nothing. There are just 3, 4. Baka office, Namaland cruisers, no tuma laptops, no tuma shan mukoshi, no, we are doing FSBD start. No sense. We are not going to allow it. We need the constitutional amendments for the betterment of this country. A constituency like Mafinga, which is bigger both in size and bad terrain, requires more than one constituency in order for the people to appreciate the CDF. Chabinga and his members of parliament, we sat down, we are not just waking up abracadabra. Then they go to Tonse, they are the greatest. If you want to Tonse, it's bunches of confusionists. You can see, even yourself, from why actually they want PF, I'll tell you. They want PF because when they were trying on at the NCP, it was unsellable, it was very difficult. Yes, people can say they won in Petauke, but there were a lot of dynamics which led to the loss of Petauke by the ruling party. But why they want PF? That's the one they want to drive it so that they can use President Edgar Lungu to look for the money. Mr. President, you retired. If you fail to win, you failed to win when you have the whole machinery on your disposal. You lost an election. Really? What makes you think that you can come and win? just sensitive. Move out. Mr. Okay. Unfortunately, there's no constitution that I would have access helped just to say, Honorable CHABINGA run it for just 2 weeks, 3 weeks. There can be order, including these ambassadors in the name of CD moving with a flag. Give you 72 hours, you leave, and I'll send the police to make sure that when you are parking, they're standing on you and they escort you from the airport. If there's no proper plane at that particular time, we'll put you in cargo. Because that's the only way you learn. Then those people will be coming for accreditation. You'll be coming in a normal, sober way. I was talking about endorsement. Yes, we endorsed the president Hakainde Hichilema, and I want to reaffirm. And we are working on the modalities of formalities. Why did we do that? We are still young, we can wait. We know, and we knew, I don't want to be on the ballot paper to lose. I only attempted once on the ballot paper in my finger and I won. Landslide. You don't go stand to win to lose or gambling. No. Therefore, we decided we were looking amongst these candidates. Who is a better devil? And I think HH has done it. Free education, mines which were closed, they have opened, they are paying taxes. Where do you think the money is saying? They are misleading the nation to say the mines are not paying taxes. But they are paying taxes. Go to ZRI, who is the biggest taxpayer. Just go and check the records at ZRI, who is the largest taxpayer. It's a mines. The children in Zambia, like Mafinga, who are sitting on the floor, they are sitting on the desks. Social cash transfer, enhanced social cash transfer, maize During our time of our regime, I don't know anywhere else. In Mafinga, when they supply maize in July, they were getting payments following year, February. That's the reality. This Aka is paying me within 10 days. You'll be paid the money. Whom do you go for? Should we start gambling? And that's why we endorsed him. And we are affirming that our stance and position is as it is. Adichwamishe to my fellow members of parliament who are following blindly, it's only me and him who has the signatures for the adoptions. And days are ticking. Those who wants to stand on PF, it's only me and him who can sign on signatures. In Itose, there's nothing. Go there. Say that you want to stand on the Citizen First or Socialist or Washaneka Party, Nasharaneka Party. They have nothing. So I know I don't want to come and be asked to say of the 30 members of parliament who are there. It is my secret. I know how to operate because most of them are being victimized. Because you remember, they dealt with them. So then they are scared. So I don't want to unleash my ammunitions. They are quiet. Continue my soldiers where you are to make sure that we deliver the constitution to the Zambian people. It is not the constitution of HH, but this is the constitution. It's not the constitution for UPND or HH, but it's the constitution for the Zambian people. And which has to stand the test of time. So non-governmental organizations, if you are seriously CSOs, unfortunately it's us members of parliament who have got the people. I've told you, I have 101,000 people, 39 registered voters, 39,000 registered voters. So who has the people between the CSO and me? Who has more people? The 156 members of parliament or the CSO? You journalist, who? Who are the people? 5 at the executive director, director of finance, the procurement, they don't even have because they procure themselves. And they want to tell us, no, these politicians, you have to work like this, like this. No, just join us. Close your organization, come and join us. Find us in the ring. Because you say no, politics is dirty. Yes. Come and join if it's dirty. Don't hide in the name of CSOs. As I conclude, I just wish to state that as the Patriotic Front, headed by me, and I still use the acting president because I don't want to abrogate the powers that have been given up to me. Not until the matters are disposed of in court. Then the Central Committee will decide, depending on my performance as acting president. Then I can be confirmed as full president. As at now, you members of the press, you had doubts. I am the only acting president. Yesterday, we didn't want just to, I'll tell you why we have not been operating from the secretariat. The reasons are very simple. If you ask them, none of those are receiving bills and debts for that secretariat. Those chaps left a lot of money, debts. So we're working out modalities to see how we can liquidate. If we wanted even yesterday, I'll tell you, we have people, don't think that when they join us, even it's not that these hotels have not been allowing us to come with the cadres. I am a crowd puller. You can see it by yourselves. The way you have come. Because you know that there's value. There's a value in the leader of opposition. Because I don't, at first you are thinking I'm not a friend of journalism. But I'm a very friendly person. It depends on the circumstances, on how it comes. So even to the public, they are worried that they have. Some of them are even calling me, how many people does CHABINGA has? Bwana, give me a leeway. We finish the court issues. Let's just go between myself and President Lungu on the platform when it comes to talk. Give him the microphone. Same audience. And give me the microphone. Same audience. The people of Western Province, I'll start moving. The people of Muchinga, I'll start moving. The people of Northern Province, I'll be there. The people of Wapula Province, I'll be coming there. Nemwa ume, nice jiwadi. Tuwaliko kumsene mukati. Tuwaliba soba. That's why you will never find me in any nightclubs. You will never find me. I'm sure it's very difficult for people to find me how I socialize. Because when you reach at a certain level, you need to mind how you live your lifestyle. You cannot be all over. Be all over even in the nightclub. We are determined, and we will never be. We are not even ashamed to endorse President Hakainde Hichilema. He is our sole candidate for 2026, and I made it very clear in Eastern Province, and I'm reaffirming, and the position is not changing, and we are still in charge. Thank you very much, members of the press. May God bless you all. Thank you. But if you have questions, I think I can allow questions, because people might think I'm running away from questions. I'm here. I'll respond to the questions. I'm here.
Okay, so